3 acting exercises to skyrocket your acting to become the best actor that you've actually always wanted to be, but you just didn't know how to do it. The thing that truly distinguishes whether or not an actor is good or not is how much time and effort they put into practicing and working on their acting. You can't become a great musician without putting in the time. You can't become a great basketball player without putting in the time. The same is with acting. So this video is going to give you 3 solid exercises that you can start implementing today from my time that I went to drama school and things that I learned that can help all of you. So the first one is this. You have to realize when it comes to acting, we have a lot of text, but it's not about what you say. It's about how you say it. I'm going to repeat that one more time. It is not about what you say, but it is about how you say it. So I want you to think about this. I'm gonna give you one simple line. Now, if you ever have to go and play a leading man or a leading woman, you're gonna have at some point in time the line come up, I love you. 3 words, but you can make the meaning of these 3 words different depending on which word you choose to emphasize. So this is what I mean. A lot of actors tend to take a vanilla approach, especially in America. They have the line I love you, but they don't put anything onto it. They just say I love you. That's a very vanilla approach. There's nothing to it. But if you put emphasis onto each of these words, it is going to change the meaning. So I'm going to show you an example. If we put an emphasis on the word I, then you're focusing on hey. You're making it more about you. If you put the emphasis on love, you're making it about the emotion. If you put the emphasis on the word you, you're making it about the other person. So listen to the differences now. I love you. I love you. I love you. Completely different feelings that we get across because we chose to emphasize each of these different words. So here's how you can practice this at home. Get a line of text. Get it from a monologue from your favorite play, or get it from a scene that you had to audition for last week, or just ask ChatGPT, hey, give me a single line and see what happens. Now, why is this helpful for you as an actor? Because it's the exact same way as a guitarist working and practicing on their scales. You're gonna realize for yourself, wow, when I emphasize certain words, it's gonna change the meaning of things, whether I emphasize an adjective or I emphasize a noun. But you can only truly realize this when you actively practice this. So then what ends up happening when you have an audition is you no longer go and give a vanilla approach to your craft. So when the casting director watches it, they don't go, oh, I don't remember this person. They can say, you know, there was something there that you actually gave, or I felt something from you because you gave more than just a simple vanilla approach. Now, the second exercise is to build off of the backstory. Depending on what's happened in the scene prior to this moment leading up should change how you speak and how you say your line. So let's imagine you have the line, and the line is, where have you been? Well, depending on the backstory that you have, it should change how you deliver that line. So let's imagine I'm going to give it to you, and I want you to actually do this with the video. I'm going to give you the story, and then you're going to say the line. I'm not going to tell you how to say it. I'm not going to tell you how to emphasize it. All you have to do is realize there's a change in the story, and you just have to adapt to it. So watch this. You're going to imagine that you are an older sibling, and you have to take care of your younger sibling because your parents have passed on, and you're now the caregiver. Now, it's been hours. It's late at night. Say it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and you're worried to death about where your sibling's been, and now they walk through the door. And now you have to say the line, where have you been? So if you say that line with that intention, you're going to be like, where have you been? Now let's change the story a little bit more. Let's imagine, hey, you're in a college dorm, your buddy just came back home, and they were just out on a really amazing date. And now you're gonna say the line of where have you been? But you kind of know, what's happened on this date. So now they come through the door and you look at them and you go, where have you been? Different story, different meaning behind it. Or let's say, for example, you don't care about this person at all. You're just busy on your phone, you're sending a text message, they walk through the door, and then your line is, where have you been? So as you can see, when the story changes, we change, we adapt. You probably naturally felt it for yourself that, wow, there was some change that happened because the story changed. I also have videos that I've done before, and I call it the cookbook method. So if you have a cookbook, there's no story, it's not Chekhov, it's not Shakespeare, the story, there is nothing. All you're doing is reading off a recipe. But while you're reading this recipe, you can have certain emotions and feelings that you can give on to these lines while reading the recipe. And if you give yourself a backstory and you give nuance into it, then all of a sudden the way that you say these lines will be different. Now your third exercise is being able to tell the story, but without saying any lines. Can I understand that you're mad, you're happy, you're sad, you're tough, you're weak? Can I understand this by just looking at you and viewing who you are? Or am I going to look at you and be like, I have no idea what this person's feeling, I don't know their stature, their status, I know nothing about them? Because if I see a recording of you and I turn the volume all the way down, I should still be able to tell some of those things that come across. So how can you go and practice this for yourself as an actor? Give yourself something. Say, hey, I'm going to try and play the bad boy type of character. Hey, I'm going to try and play the girl next door, the boy next door. Then put out your phone and record yourself and see, hey, am I playing this character properly? If you're going to play somebody who's strong and tough, where you want to be upright, you want to be strong, straight, you want to be here, you want to have some power to yourself. If you're going to play somebody a little bit weaker, your physicality is going to have to change. So it might change to maybe something more like this, which is more of a weaker type of stance. But you're also going to realize that the costuming that you're wearing may also need to change. If you're going to go and play a tough guy character, but you're wearing a My Little Pony shirt, does that scream tough guy? No, it doesn't. So you may have to also find and play with color schemes. Now, when you do this, you're going to realize for yourself, your instrument has many different layers, like an onion. There's many layers, many different type of characters that you can play. A lot of actors, especially new actors who's never booked a role before, they don't know all the type of characters that they can play because they've never been in anything to be able to portray those type of characters. But what you can do at the comfort of your own home is put out a phone and say, hey, can I believably make myself appear as a bad boy character, or as the boy next door, or as the nerdy character, or the best friend, or can I do any of those things? Can I achieve that by just recording myself? And again, you may have to go and change the outfits that you're wearing. You may have to go and adjust your stature, your posture, your physicality. But all of this helps you because you figure all of this out beforehand. You start to understand yourself beforehand. You start to understand your instrument more beforehand. What is this all before? This is before you go and get those auditions to try and book a role. You're understanding your instrument more. You're not trying to understand it the day that you just got an audition. When you start to try to understand it the day you get an audition, you're really just working in a time crunch. You know, you may have to turn in an audition the next day. You don't want to work in a time crunch. You want to fully understand your instrument way beforehand. This is the exact same for a basketball player. They want to know what can they do, what can they not do. Can you do a dunk shot? Can you not do a dunk shot? Hey, when you're playing guitar, are you able to go and do certain tremolos, certain scales? Are you not able to do those things? You need to know your strengths, and you also need to know your weaknesses, but you need to do this ahead of time. These are exercises and ways that you can practice to say, hey, can I achieve this? You will become a much stronger actor, and you become a much more proficient actor if you implement just doing these 3 exercises. Now, there's so many more exercises out there that we can implement. There's a lot that we've talked about on this channel before. If you're in our 10-hour acting masterclass, then you know about a lot of them that we have. But there's so many other things that you can incorporate besides these 3. But if you just focus on these 3, you will already start putting yourself in a better position because you have something to practice and work on for your acting. So I hope you all like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with everything. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you all, and leave anything down in the comment section down below that you would like to leave, or any questions that you may have. And if you're interested in our 10-hour acting masterclass, our 2.0 version, that's always going to be down in the description down below and also in the comment section. And then if you like this video, then you're really going to love this video right over here. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.